That is Marti Webb, and she is the star of tonight's special Metro Media BBC co-production called Tell Me on a Sunday. I'm Bill Boggs, and that song you just heard a little bit of is currently right at the top of the charts over in Britain. Marti Webb is the star of Evita in London, and you're about to see her in a one-woman musical in which she portrays an English girl and her romantic affairs here in America. This was written especially for her by Andrew Lloyd Webber, who is the composer of Evita and Jesus Christ Superstar. Don Black is the Oscar-winning lyricist for Born Free. This is really a unique concept in television entertainment.
You must be mistaken. It couldn't have been. You couldn't have seen him yesterday. He's doing some deal up in Baltimore now. I hate it when he's away. You must be mistaken. I'm sure that you are. There's more than one car with stickers on. And lots of young guys wear corduroy pants, and I'd know if he hadn't gone. Take that look off your face. Take that look off your face. I can see through your smile. I can see through your smile. You would love to be right. I bet you didn't sleep good last night. Couldn't wait to bring all of that bad news to my door. Well, I got news for you. I knew before. If I'm not mistaken, it started last year. I'm not very clear how it began. I noticed a change, but I just closed my eyes, as only a woman can. No, I didn't dig deep. No, I didn't dig deep. I did not want to know. I did not want to know. Well, you don't interfere when you're scared of the things you might do. When he's back, you think I will end it right there and then. Well, my bed with a friend, you're wrong again. Take that look off your face. I can see through your smile. I can see through your smile. You would love to be right. I bet you didn't sleep good last night. Couldn't wait to bring all of that bad news to my door. Well, I got news for you. I knew before.
Just what time of night do you call this? No, I'm not all right. I have had enough. Don't you interrupt. Let me finish. I said let me finish. I'm tired of waiting for something to happen. Sorry. I can't live like this any longer. I am not a saint. I've said this before, but you haven't heard. Let me finish this time. Let me finish. Wait a minute. You'll get your turn. It's not often I get the chance to talk. I forget the last time I saw a person. Fifth Avenue might as well be Mars. Never thought I would ever say, keep Manhattan, give me Muswell Hill. I'd have had more fun with Neville Braithwaite. That old devil Neville always puts me first on occasions. No, I don't want to drink, not yet. I've rehearsed these next lines for ages. Why do I feel cold? I suppose it's nerves. I don't need a drink. Let me finish, I said let me finish. I can't stay here with your business problems. I don't want to to dance with your boss once a year. I don't care if the neighbors hear. You always say we British are too reserved. I need a change. I must do something new, or I will go mad. Not now. Let me finish. You'll get your chance to call me a child. We've got to make decisions. Don't touch me. Get away. Don't you touch me. This isn't a joke. For God's sake, stop smiling. Don't run out. We won't solve anything that way. Come back. Can't we sit and talk this thing over? It's not the end of the world if I lose him. It just might seem so tonight. It's not the end of the world, nothing like it. I'll soon be the same old me. People get over worse things, and I'll get over this. In no time at all, you can bet I'll be laughing. Well, I wouldn't give him the pleasure of seeing me cry. Why should I? It's not the end of the world to feel lonely. I suppose this feeling goes. It's not the end of the world to change rainbows. I'll be fine when I find mine. It's not the end of the world to be free. It's not the end of the world to be me. Mom, I've got a lot to tell you. Me and Joe have had a bust-up. This will be the last letter with a postmark stamped NY. I've met a film producer. Please don't laugh. His name is Sheldon. He's what the people here all call a real together guy. He is off to California and he wants me to go with him. Oh, thanks for your last letter. I was thrilled to hear from you. The pictures of the garden are all absolutely lovely. And incidentally, Sheldon's mom loves Mantovani too. No, I'm not at all unhappy. One day soon when I am settled, I want you both to come out. You will love it in LA. I've got to buy some swimsuits, so I must rush down to Macy's. I will write to you again when I have found a place to stay. I'll walk you down. You can be the first one in the shower. We'll make love every hour beneath your veil. I'll park the car and I'll whistle while the eggs are frying. I dance while your shirts are drying. Waltz or tango. Let me move in. Now let's get this show. I'll talk to your friends. I'll even go the key. Sheldon B.
Office? No, I'm afraid he's at a screening. If you would like to leave word, we'll get right back to you. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day.
You made me think you were in love. You made me think that I was all you'd need. You made me think you were in love. I could have sworn you'd give the world to be mine. Look that way till you called today. You made me think you were in love. You could have used your charm on someone else. You made me think you were the one. You used you called me soon as you woke up. You called me, I made you laugh, and we both like the same things. You always look happy, very happy. Whatever you wanted, I thought I could give you. I ought to hate you, but I want you even more. What did you do it for? You made me think you were in love. We're both too old to play these kind of games. I should be sorry that I met you. You made me mad, but I'm not over you yet. And I don't know if I can let go. You always look happy, very happy. Whatever you wanted, I thought I could give you. I ought to hate you, but I want you even more. What did you do it for? You made me think you were in love. We're both too old to play these kind of games. I should be sorry that I met you. You made me mad, but I'm not over you yet. And I don't know if I can let go. You made me think you were in love. I thought I would be Mrs. Sheldon Blue. I couldn't go through this again. It's very painful when you lose what you've got. I can see love's no friend to me. It's not the end of the world if he's younger. It won't show, no one need know. It's not the end of the world, these things happen. I won't let that worry me yet. Where does it say it's wrong? Tell me what's a few years. It's nobody's business what I do with my life. To all of those people, I have only one thing to say. Go away. It's not the end of the world if I'm older. What's a few birthdays or two? It's not the end of the world, so he tells me. Is he though too young to know? It's not the end of the world if we try. If it's the end of the world, then goodbye. Mum, I know you'll think I'm potty, but at last I think I found him. He's young, but he's mature, and you will love him, I can tell. He says someday we'll marry, and I don't think I should rush him. But if he gets his skates on, we can have some kids as well. There are lots of things I miss, Mum. No one makes a normal sandwich. You need Goliath's mouth to eat the ones New Yorkers buy. And I long to find a drink that hasn't got an ice cube in it. And for an English sausage, I swear I would gladly die. Anyway, as I was saying, he just can't sit still a minute. He's not like Neville Braithwaite. This one likes to dance all night. He does a lot of traveling, and when he goes, I miss him. For once, I think it's safe to say I'm doing something right. I will see you
It's late, you better get going. Take care of yourself and call anytime you feel that you're missing me. I can only say what I always say at these goodbyes. Come back with the same look in your eyes. I know you've got your work to do, and I know how much you love me, but sometimes a friendly face can look good to you on a lonely night. If there comes a time, just remember I'm the kind that cries. Come back with the same look in your eyes. Everything we want, we find in each other. We would be fools to let love slip away. Everything's so right, scared that we might lose it one day. We could never keep things from one another. You know all the feelings that are in my heart. It's not easy, it's not easy when you have to be apart. So I'll see you in a week or two. It's late, you better get going. You think that by now we'd know how to handle this, but we never will. When you are away every day, I pray that nothing dies, and you'll come back with the same look in your eyes. Get going. You think that by now we'd know how to handle this, but we never will. When you are away every day, I pray that nothing dies, and you'll come back with the same look. The same look in your eyes. Funny, always thought of you as my girlfriend. I just can't believe you could come in here and say all these things. Let me finish, you must let me finish. Thank you. Thanks for bringing me up to date, dear. Didn't know you knew all the ins and outs of my private life. Let me finish, you must let me finish. Let's talk about you a minute or two. What heart is your husband keeping? Where's he sleeping? Can't you say? Let's talk about men. You're at it again. I hear that you need a bedful for those dreadful games you play. And here you come in here, wagging your wicked tongue. Your cheeks are red, my dear. You look like you've been stung. I know my life's a mess, but I think you're the worst thing in it. Wait a minute. Let's talk about you, because you never do. You just couldn't wait to blurt out all that dirt out in my face. Let's talk about pills and illegal thrills. I hear that the habits gripped you, and you've tripped to every place. Does it make you feel good, knowing that I feel bad? Yes, knowing you it would. You must be very sad. You won't know how I feel. But my friend, you're about to learn how. It's my turn now. Let's talk about
about booze and how much you use. What time do your kids start drinking? Am I sinking low as you? Yes, he knows lots of girls. He likes his fun. I am glad he's got lots and not just one. How's that fat little man? But it's one more up there. Where are you going? Why are you running away from me? Are you absolutely sure you don't want to stay for tea?
I didn't dig deep. I did not want to know. Well, you don't interfere when you're scared.
others do it nowadays. It's almost a craze. I'll always have to make do with not buying him things or wearing mascara when he comes to see me, or singing him Christmas or calling his home. Why can't he marry me? It's not the end of the world to come second. Making do is nothing new. It's not the end of the world, it's just starting. Half of one is better than none. It's not the end of the world, no it's not. If it's the end of the world, well, so what? I'm very you, you're very me. We seem to go well together. You're very me, I'm very you. A perfect match, I would say. We mean the world to each other. There are no lengths that we wouldn't go to. Goes to show you, I'm very you, you're very me. We make a great combination. You're very me, I'm very you. No one could be more in tune with me. Like sea and sand, like sun and sky, there'll always be you and I. I'm very you, you're very me. We are compatible people. You're very me, I'm very you. I guess we're two of a kind. I stay away when you're moody. If I don't want to talk, you make no fuss. We both know us. I'm very you, you're very me. We're about as close as you can be. You're very me, I'm very you. Sometimes we get angry and upset, but each fight ends the way it should. We both make up very good. I'm very you, you're very me. If I was Jane, you'd be Tarzan. You're very me, I'm very you. If I'm Bonnie, you're Clyde. If you're New York, then I'm Broadway. If I'm a violin, you're Yehudi. But Judy, I'm very you, you're very me. We just can't be separated. You're very me, I'm very you. No one has got what we two have got. Like P and Q, like 2 and 3. You'll always be next to me. that was the life we would be living. We were both expecting more, and we can't give any more than we are giving. Stayed as we used to be, but nothing like you've ever known. That is how I thought all your tomorrows would be. Every day I look at you and I stop and think how happy you still could be. Done it again, trust me. If you want something ruined, give it to me. Show me a dream, and I'll show you a nightmare. I'm not a little girl anymore. I keep forgetting that. Whatever I do now is bound to be a mistake. Maybe I expect too much. Sit down, there is something I've got to tell you. Don't know how to start, you've been very good, but it's just no good. Let me finish, oh please let me finish. It doesn't make sense us staying together. Yes, I know you love me and I love you. We're friends, that's it, we're friends. Yes, I am ungrateful, that's right, only thinking of me. You only act your age if that's the age you want to be. Maybe we should both ignore what I'm saying. Have I said too much? Yes, I think I have. Oh, why won't you listen? Just let me finish. Come back, let me finish. Come back. Can't we sit and talk this thing over? The end of the world to be free. It's not the end of the world to be me.
Well, me on a Sunday just as much as I have. Before we hear a reprise of Marty's rendition of the title song, I'd like you to meet Andrew Lloyd Webber and Don Black, the composer and the lyricist, and Marti Webb herself. as well as Oscar, Tony, Emmy Award-winning composer Marvin Hamlish. They appeared together on a recent New York television program with me, and I asked Andrew and Don how the concept for Tell Me on a Sunday originated.
When we were starting work on Tell Me on a Sunday, I met Don Black here, and he said, would you like to do a song called Come Back with the Same Look in Your Eyes? And I thought, that's a great title.
Absolutely, that's the way to start.
Immediately the sort of line came out. You see, I mean, just because it's a sort of an easy line to do.
Do you also come up with the tempo? Because I always find myself first saying, what kind of a, before I even think of a melodic line, I usually think in terms of, what's the feel that I want? I mean, or do you,
yes,
right,
I think so. But I mean, that sort of song suggests immediately a sort of slowish number immediately. But it's just there's nice. I find lyrics are very important. I mean, I think you know, it comes back to the question of craft. You just cannot, for the musical theatre, just write a lyric and then forget it and not work on it.
Well, let's come back to Tell Me on a Sunday, right? First, explain what the project is, because I haven't explained it.
It actually came about by accident. Yeah. But I was stuck here doing Evita in the day, and we're rehearsing the LA production of that here in New York. And I know a lot of English girls in New York, and Don Black was here.
Who is a lyricist.
He's a lyricist, and he said to me, what about writing a series of love songs, basically from a woman's point of view? And I said, yeah, but what about let's doing it from about an English girl who lives in New York? Because there are so many. I mean, New York is a very interesting city, and it has a reaction on everybody. In a way, of course, it's an immigrant city, I suppose, by definition, really.
Was, sure.
And I don't think I've ever heard anybody writing about what the British think of New York, and certainly not a British girl. So that's how it was born.
And also, he had had a conversation with a woman on an airplane who was an English woman talking about her various love affairs in New York.
That's what he says.
What kind of a conversation it is, we don't know. So let's now getting back to what we were talking about before. Let's take this title, Tell Me on a Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. How does that hit you in terms of the line as you
Well, you see, he had a whole series of ideas that he wanted the girl to be let down easily. She would like to hear the bad news on a Sunday, and so I came up with a sort of just a very simple melody line. And then the obvious line was to put Tell Me on a Sunday just very simply, and to do it at the end, sort of like kind of Tell me on a Sunday, please. You see? It's just nice and just thrown away.
So let's hear your half of the creation story of Tell Me on a Sunday. Were you really on a plane with a woman?
Yes, I was, with an English lady. She was a lovely lady who never stopped talking for 7 hours from London to New York. And she was very childlike. She had a lovely kind of quality. She wore a Mickey Mouse watch. And she came out with a line that actually killed me. It's the stuff that musicals are made of. I thought, she said she did a lot of things wrong in her life, and maybe she should have married Walt Disney. And when she said that, I mean, I just, there's an idea.
So you just had the idea. What was the idea?
Well, then I spoke to Andrew. We talked about it, and I told him about this lady who went into relationships, and she kept talking in song titles. She said, beginnings are always terrific. And well, Marvin knows, because you can see him there, sort of going, and things do happen to you when you...
Aren't you glad you didn't take the Concorde? You only had 3 hours and 15 minutes. There would have been no show. You would have taken the Concorde, no show.
No, you didn't get a single.
Right, a single. One side of an album. The man took the 7 hours. He's got himself a show, which just shows me from now on I'm not taking the Concorde. That's it. I'm going by train next time.
So we spoke, Andrew and I talked about it, and we started when you start a new collaboration, it's always difficult, because Andrew for many years had been working only with Tim Rice.
That's right.
Basically. And you always start with your feet in the water very gently. So we started off with a song, Come Back with the Same Look in Your Eyes, which we liked. We tried to fit it into something, and we gradually fell into place with the letters home, and it evolved. It isn't complete, I might add. We leave with a feeling of optimism about what happens next.
Well, you could continue.
Which is a lovely way of ending an evening, a cliffhanger.
Well, I am curious about the collaboration and how you do begin to work on something like this. I mean, it's the old question of literally which comes first. Do you write some of the lyrics first and then the music, or
there is no formula with this. It's like they were talking before, Marvin and Andrew, about musicals. That you can talk about what works in a theatre, but no matter how much you're talking, you still can't get it right every time, because the greatest people in the world, like the late Richard Rodgers, Lerner and Lowe, they've been right so many times, and yet how are they wrong? It always fascinates me. So there's no formula, and it's the same with writing songs. What comes first? It could be a title, it could be 4 bars of something, but you say, hey, what was that you just fiddled about with at the piano? And so I don't know. That's why
Well,
it's
what I'm
hard
curious
to
about is,
articulate about it.
Do you hear the words as he plays the notes? This is in the
No.
creation process. It's going forward. There's nothing out there. You're on the tightrope, or you're moving into untouched spaces. Okay.
Yes.
You hear the notes. Do the words come to your mind? Or
Not
do you
at
hear
all,
the
no.
words,
I
or
mean,
the notes come to your mind?
I mean,
They don't come to mind. I mean, that happens in a movie with Mickey Rooney in it. You know, it doesn't happen in real life.
It doesn't happen that way.
No, he plays a tune. I think it's a marvelous tune. Why can't I think of something? That's what happens, you see. And you can't think of it. It doesn't happen. You go home.
but you'll often, and I think Tim very often will sort of just playing around at the piano say, hey, I like that.
How's that?
Right.
And I mean, that's happened to me many
Yes.
times. I mean,
The thing I like with Andrew's melodies is that he plays something, and I always think there's a gap in it, maybe, that you could add a
thank you
word.
very much. Always a pleasure to do with you.
It's not exactly,
note.
it's
Add
not
another
exactly,
note.
yes, it's not that rigid where you think, could we go here, could we go there, which is lovely, because you don't feel that I've got, I mean, you do work with certain composers, say, that's it, you never see them again.
Marti Webb has appeared in Stop the World, I Want to Get Off with Anthony Newley, co-starred with Tony Steele in Half a Sixpence, played Nancy in Oliver, was also in the original cast of Godspell, and currently is playing Eva Perón in Evita in London.
That's right.
What did you find interesting about this project of Tell Me on a Sunday?
Well, firstly, it was original, which is an amazing thing to do, anything that's original. And I just, it's a wonderful story, I think, the way they've compiled it, Andrew and Don. And the songs are so singable. And they really are very singable.
Are they singable? 'Cause
Yes, I find
friends
his
who-
music very singable.
I have friends who say, I can't sing at Andrew Lloyd Webber. I can't do it.
Well, I don't know.
I can't hit those notes and then do those
Well,
sustaining.
I know it is, the range is rather wide, but then I do have a wide range.
No,
So it's
that's
nice
why-
to find someone who writes for you to
That's-
use that.
Well, that's the voice in the music, currently thrilling audiences attending Evita in London. And it's interesting to note that both Jesus Christ Superstar and Evita began their show business lives as recordings and then went on to great success on the stage. Tell Me on a Sunday has begun its career as a unique form of television program, and who can say what heights it may reach? Now, before we go, Marti Webb returns with Tell Me on a Sunday.